Let's start blank. Do you ever go blank every once in a while? Let's go to File, New, and just give yourself some place to play. I want to talk about another tool that helps you draw complex objects in a sense, and it's called the Symbol Sprayer tool. It's right here. If you click and hold, you got a lot of stuff here. So let's go ahead and tear that off. Put it up somewhere about here. I am not suggesting that this tool is one you're going to use every single day. Some people might. It's all right. I don't. I use the Pathfinder tool almost every day, but not this, because it depends on what you're doing. Let's actually use it and then let it explain itself, I guess. The Symbol Sprayer tool sprays symbols. That looks like a little paint can up here. So we need a symbol to spray on the screen. So we go into our symbols library over here. Now we start with the panel. Now in the panel, let me move that over. Inside the panel, we have some basic symbols. Now if I come over and click the magnifying glass and come over here and begin spraying in a sense, I can spray magnifying glasses all over the screen. I don't know how useful that would be, but I can see it for backgrounds and stuff like that, okay, if I have the right symbol. So let's go ahead and delete that stuff. Now I press delete on a Macintosh. That's the backspace key in Windows. I need more than this, okay? I need more symbols. And Adobe's got your back here. If you click the library button right here, you get all kinds of things. Hair, fur, grime vector pack, flowers, florid vector pack. Let's go to flowers. Let's just be conservative here. In the flowers right here, pull that down just a little. If you decide you want to use one and you click it here, it will appear over here. So let's pick up that one, this one, and this one here. Let's close this out for now. We select that flower, and we come over here, and now we're putting flowers on the screen. We're making a garden. We're having a putter in the garden. I want more flowers, so I change. So you can make these interesting type of backgrounds. But the cool thing is, because right now we're just kind of spraying the same thing over and over again, and depending on how long you linger in one spot, what you're going to get, that's about all we have. That's what these options up here are for. So let's start again, press delete. Let's just work with one of them, like say this one right here. And we'll begin making our garden again. Just spraying around on the screen. Okay, let's stop there. They're all the exact same thing. If we come up to the first option right here, it's a shifter, symbol shifter. And what it does is, it shifts things. If I come over here and begin dragging, I can shift them into different positions. Now my cursor determines how much I grab. If I want a smaller or larger cursor, use the left and right bracket keys. That's the easiest way to change that. So we can get a little bit more specific if you want. Notice all the arrows are pointing to how it's doing it. Okay, that's a shifter. The next one over is a scruncher. Now what scrunching does, let's get a bigger area to work in. If I get right about here, think of it like a magnet and watch what happens when I click and hold. It begins pulling them toward the center. So the highest degree of magnetism is in the center. You say, well, Andy, these are way too close together. I want them pulled apart. Hold on the Alt key, Option key on a Mac, Alt in Windows, and you can go the other way. So we can go in or we can go out. The next one over is a symbol sizer. Well, right now they're all the same size. So if we pick up this one right here, and let's start with precision. You can make them bigger. Or you say, that one I want smaller, hold the Alt key again or the Option key, and you can start making it smaller. Now here's the cool thing. Let's get a bigger brush. The brush inside the Symbol Sprayer tool allows me to change things, but it's kind of like it's more concentrated around the center and it kind of fades out toward the edges. So if I get right about here and put the center right on that flower there, notice that it got bigger than the ones that were surrounding it based on the intensity toward the center. The next one over, this is going to be kind of hard to see because these are pretty round anyway. But that's a spinner and allows me to, well, rotate them. So if you have items that aren't quite so round, it might be a little bit more impressive. Next one over I like, it's called a symbol stainer. Well, I don't want them all the same color. So if I come over here and let's get into, say, our swatches and pick a different color. And again, we'll start by precision, smaller brush. And we can begin colorizing them. Now, the quicker you click, the less it will do. The more you click the mouse, the more it will color it. And if we go to a bigger brush, again, the intensity will be toward the center. You can see that one's more colored than these. You say, Andy, I didn't want to do that one. That was a mistake. Well, then hold down what I call the opposite key. Hold the Alt key down, Option on a Mac, and you can take it right back if you want to. Next one over is called the screener. This creates transparency. So if I make, well, leave the brush alone. Get right about here and click. You can see it starts making, it's not fading, it's making it transparent. So if there were something behind it, you'd see it. Now you can go too far and go, oops, use the opposite key. The Alt key, Option key on a Mac, Alt in Windows, and you can begin bringing it back if you want to. The more you hold, the more it does. Now the last one is a symbol styler, which requires a style. And if we go into our graphic styles right here, now this is not going to really work that well on this type of object because it's too complex. You want to apply a graphic style to the items. So if I come up and pick up, oh, say, I don't know, this one right here, and come over and pop on that flower, see, it begins to add that graphic style to that item, or items if they're bigger. So this works better with items that aren't quite so complex as these. And if you wish you had not done that, hold down the opposite key, that's the Alt key, Option on a Mac, and you can take it right back out again. So, symbol sprayer tool. And to me, it's great for backgrounds and things like that, like maybe some fall leaves or something for a fall project, whatever, is a way to spray an item or items on the screen and then use these options up here to modify what you have. And you could probably think of some pretty creative ways to use this tool. Now, in the next lesson, I want to show you how you make your own symbols.